Howdy y'all, Boneheaded Chef coming at you. Gonna make some peach cobbler. Found me a yonder recipe, a little bit different what I used before, so I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna start out with a stick of butter. I'm gonna put it in this dish right here that's roughly 9 by 13, and then the butter is out of the fridge. I just cut them up the chunks. Gonna put them in the dish here. I already have my oven preheated to 350. It's nice and hot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this butter, put it in the oven, and just let it melt. And once it's melted, then I'll put the other goodies in there. So I'll be right back. Now the peaches I'm using in the peach cobbler were bought from my cousin's farm, so they were really super good. I drained off the juice. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, so later on I'm going to have some peach juice. Right on. Okay, y'all, right there I have 2 quarts of Michigan peaches, and I'm going to take a cup of sugar and pour in there. Okay, and I've got I think it's a teaspoon of vanilla. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna stir it up real good, let the sugar make sure the sugar's blended really well. I always use I just drugged out my flour. I always use real vanilla. I don't use imitation vanilla. Right now I'm using vanilla from Mexico. Once that's finished, I will use the stuff that I made last year. It should be mature by then. Okay, so I'm gonna stir up my peaches and I'll be back. By that time the butter should be melted. Okay, I just had company come over and buy 4 dozen eggs off me, so now I'm back to what I'm doing. My melted butter is out of the oven. In this bowl I have to put in a cup of sugar, a cup of flour, this is my salt and my baking powder. It's a quarter teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not soda, it's baking powder. Okay, so dry ingredients, give it a quick little whisk, and then goes in, that's already gone, that was the vanilla. Okay, now I have, oh yeah, okay, so the other one was just 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This one has a quarter teaspoon of salt, and it has like a teaspoon of cinnamon. The recipe called for a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, but it's like a big batch of peach cobbler, so I thought it needed a whole teaspoon. And then you gotta put in an egg. I don't get the shell in there. Woo! From my ladies outside. Last but not least, a cup of milk. This is raw milk that we got from the Amish. So it's going to be delicious. And look at the cream right there. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. I ladled off a bunch of the cream, but you know, some of it still stays in there. I make stuff out of the cream like butter, sour cream, what have you. Alright. So I'm going to mix up the batter. I could use my stick blender. I got a brand new one, but I had already pulled out this here ladle, and it doesn't take much to whip up the batter for a peach cobbler. It's not hard at all. Basic ingredients, and I'm a sucky cook. That's why I call myself the Boneheaded Cook, because if you've seen my other projects, you know I make a lot of mistakes. Okay, so we got that batter mixed up. Now what we're going to do, so I'm going to stop the camera so I can think for a moment to see if I forgot anything, because I'm really good at forgetting ingredients. I I need to get a tripod dug out again. I'm not really set up for doing filming in the kitchen. Oh, that's getting hot. Because my oven's on and it's a gas oven. And my hot pads are sitting underneath my phone. Okay, so here we have the melted butter mixture. And all I did is put butter chunks in there, put in the oven that was preheated to let it melt. And now we're gonna take, oh shoot, hold on, I forgot one of the ingredients. I'll be right back. See, that's why I pause the videos from time to time. Not only am I a klutz, but I forget stuff. Now, I saw a recipe for peach cobbler using Crown Royal, but I found this old smoky Tennessee whiskey that's peach. I'm not a drinker, but I use alcohol in cooking, so I have no idea what this smells like or tastes like, but apparently it's supposed to make peach cobbler extra tasty. Ooh. Smells pretty good. All right. I gotta find a measuring cup. Alrighty. Some recipes call for a 1/4 cup, some for a couple tablespoons. So I'm gonna go with a 1/4 cup. Here's 2 quarts of peaches that I drained. I canned them last fall, and I added a cup of sugar and a couple teaspoons of, what do you call it? Vanilla. So here goes the peach whiskey. 1/4 cup of that, and we're going to stick it right in with the peaches. And they're nice and sweet now. Been sitting in the sugar. Interesting odor, or I should say smell. Sweet smell. Okay, so we got the melted butter, and we're gonna pour in the batter just willy-nilly like that. I'm not gonna stir it in. We want the peach cobbler bladder. Yeah, we want the peach cobbler batter to do its own thing, to spread naturally. I like to get all of it. I don't have my spatula out, so guess what? I'm using my hands. They're clean. Okay. Wipe it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a swirl like that, but it did not mix it, just swirled it. And then I'm gonna ladle in my peaches, because if I pour it in, I might splash myself. Oh man, it smells so good. Bring you along better so you can see. I got most of it in, so I'm just gonna carefully. Oh, the lighting is so bad, y'all. I'm sorry. Careful not to splash. All right. Come look at this. All right, there it is. And I'm gonna put it in the oven for 45-50 minutes, something like that. So stick it in there at 350 for approximately 45-55 minutes, and then it should be peach cobbler. We shall see. Part 2 will be taste test. Okay, bye-bye.